right. Well. Welcome to episode 9 of the Bias Football Takes. I am the very, very happy and jovial part of the show, the anchor of the show. And as you can tell, I look forward to this week's episode. I've been looking forward to this week's episode from Saturday, as soon as they blew the final whistle of Arsenal Bournemouth. What a fantastic weekend this was. And so this week's episode, we have a special guest in the house, but the episode will go as follows. So we will go over the review of this splendid weekend. And Sean talk. Sorry, you see how excited I am. I even forgot that Sean was here. So Sean, you can talk. Hi.
Anyways, welcome to this episode. My name is Oluwaseun Winsala, and as Lagbaja said, no matter the condition, Fenye, just be happy. Whatever happens to you, it rains, sunshine, snow, spring, winter, anything. Just be happy. It's just life. Things happen.
Can you imagine? As
But
in, this man has been so beaten and he's so dejected that he has turned to Socrates. He has turned to Socrates. He's quoting philosophy.
it happens. It's life. It's life. It's one of those things.
The guy is not a philosopher. He said, whatever happens, be happy. Eat, pray, love. Accept things as they are.
More love, less ego. So
Oh, my life. No, I enjoyed this weekend. And so when we'll get a special guest to introduce himself later on in the show, but we have Mamuz, who's calling all the way from Germany. So big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the episode will go as follows. Go over the results from this past weekend, and then we'll give Sean a chance to vent and express his frustrations about United and Seven Hag. Oh, sorry, Ten Hag.
Eric Sevenhag.
And then we'll talk about Serie A and what's happening in that league there, which is where Mamuz will feature heavily in, and then we'll go into this the upcoming games for the weekend. So I guess we can start off with the results from this past weekend. Before I dive into obviously there are two standout games as far as I was concerned, but before we get to those ones, let's just touch on some other ones. So City beat Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle had chances, they just couldn't score, which is very disappointing as an Arsenal fan. And I think United fans too at the time were hopeful, right, Sean?
hope for what?
That City might slip up and you might, catch up to them. I mean, you people are dreamers, so
I don't understand. We've had this discussion many times. We just want to not relegate this season. So I think in actual fact, being in all seriousness, Newcastle losing that game kind of puts United in a very good spot. So I don't really think
for top four.
Yes, I don't really think any United fan wanted City to lose. I don't think so.
Oh, so okay. Well, I guess I thought people were in the fight for the title, but I guess top four for some people is the title. So that's fine.
No, personally, I feel like after the result they had against Liverpool, then they're kind of happy that City won. I don't know if you understand. Before the match, they all wanted City to lose so that they can catch up with City. But seeing like they lost more 7-0 with a goal difference, and like as if nobody's behind us that can catch us up. You understand?
Liverpool might surprise them, but Arsenal, Bournemouth. What anyway? No. I'll just skip over that 3-2. I'll touch on that later on. Villa Palace. Villa beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Shout out to Unai Emery, former Arsenal coach. Brighton they they walloped West Ham 4.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham is in crisis. I think I don't know what's going to happen with David Moyes, but yeah, they're in crisis. That's for sure. Chelsea beat Leeds United. Uh, it seems like, and again after beating Dortmund, it seems. I mean, there's a lot to be. There are a lot of games left in the season, but it seems like Chelsea is slowly but surely starting to find their feet. Once again, Tottenham lost. They lost to Wolves. And Sherry, at any point, if there's any game that you want to highlight on, just holla. Uh, Southampton beat Leicester. It seemed like that was a very big win for the fight in the battle for relegation. So well done, Southampton. Um, and then the next day, Sunday, Nottingham Forest and Everton drew. That was a really good game. 2-2. Liverpool and Man United. We'll touch on that later. And then Brentford beat Fulham 3-2 yesterday. So now let's go into the games of the
Wait,
weekend.
relax. I think I got some of those predictions correctly because I remember I spoke about Chelsea, Leeds, about saying that Leeds cannot beat Chelsea. I knew Chelsea was going to win.
Yeah,
Then,
yeah,
and I think Aston Villa too. I
yeah,
spoke about that.
yeah.
Then, of course, this guy is Everton. I just knew, I just knew something was going to go
Now
wrong.
I think you said Everton, Nottingham Forest will win, and I said it will be a draw.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I just knew that Everton wasn't going to win.
They can't. They
So,
are, Sean Dyche, you just got lucky with Arsenal, but that's fine. That's fine.
and I knew this Johnson boy, the boy is on fire.
He's looking good. Yeah, he's looking
And
good.
I know how to pick them now. I know how to pick them.
Did you know how to pick anyway?
Mm. I'm talking about the players. I know how to pick talents.
Okay. So let's focus actually on Arsenal Bournemouth, because I mean, what a game of football! What a game of. By the way, before I go into that match, I'm sure you're seeing that the FA wants to charge Arsenal for the celebrations that players had after the winning goal. So I'll touch on that. I guess I'll touch on that, but it's going to make it. I need to make a point on that anyway. So the game started. I mean, going to the game, everyone expected Arsenal to, beat Dortmund. I believe our last guest, Dortmund, said that by 30 minutes or the 30th minute mark of the game, Arsenal would be like double digits, something, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
so everyone expected Arsenal to completely destroy Bournemouth because, top of the league, Arsenal has been flying, playing really good football this season. Bournemouth has been struggling. And then 9 seconds in, they score. Okay. And the way they scored was, it seemed like Arsenal was just not ready for the game, had just not like activated, like, come alive in the game. They were still like maybe getting ready. And then Arsenal created some chances. But the new Bournemouth had another chance, although offside, but Ramsdale had to make an amazing save. He had to make an incredible save to deny them. Second half starts, they score a second goal, and now we're thinking, okay, what the hell is actually
What's
going on?
happening? Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? And then Partey scores. Now, Smith Rowe came on, and then he was taken off. But before he was taken off, he assisted Thomas Partey's goal, and that kind of like, once that first goal went in, yeah, because I was texting some of my boys like, yo, listen, like we will do this essentially, because one thing Arteta has done for me, yeah, is that like now I believe that Arsenal against smaller teams, though, including Man U, right? Even if we go behind, like we will get those 3 points. It's just City, and we need to cross. There's a mental battle that we just need to overcome. But anyway, so 2-1. When White scores his first goal for Arsenal in the Premier League, 2-2. And you're thinking, okay, Arsenal will drop points, but at least they didn't lose at the Emirates. And then Smith Rowe just. I don't know if you've seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen that thread on Twitter where it's Arsenal fans from all over the world like celebrating the goal.
Why will I sit down and watch that?
You should be happy for people so that good things
Why?
can happen to you. That's why you got beat 7-0 because you're not happy for people that are celebrating. No, but you need to see those videos. They're incredible. Like the raw pour out of emotions was just amazing to see. Like what football really means to people all over the world. Like you see people. I mean, there's this one of people in Nigeria in like a viewing center, and the guy was there was an anchor interviewing a Chelsea fan, and the guy was saying, "Oh, Chelsea," and then behind him there are like maybe 50 guys watching the game,
Yeah,
and
just
then
please, all these things. Nobody has time for this. For this
Okay,
talk.
let me bring some input into that match.
Thank you, Jerry. All this talk. I don't even understand. I mean, please.
First thing first, the goal the Arsenal conceded in 9 minutes. I think that's the
9 seconds. Yeah,
9 seconds. Sorry, that's the second fastest goal
fastest.
ever in the history of Premier League.
Yeah,
And I think that was a training ground move. You
yeah,
understand? It was a training ground move, and I wouldn't want to really blame the players for the goal because it's not a standard occurrence
kickoff.
making
Yeah,
that move. From kickoff.
yeah, right.
So I think but the second goal, I don't know how this. I think Partey was at
It was
fault for the
Partey.
second
Yep,
goal.
it was
He
Partey.
lost. He
Yep,
lost his marker,
yep,
and the guy got a free header. Now,
yep.
when Arsenal, I was in the gym watching the game. I was trying to do my normal routine cardio stuff, and I was looking at the game. When Arsenal scored two, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I've been following them this season, and I felt like if Arsenal can score maybe in the next 5 minutes, they could get something from the game because prior to even scoring the first goal, the Bournemouth were defending very, very well, trying
Yeah,
to close the space and everything. But there's something about football if you are sitting deep and
Yeah.
trying to do low block
to
at
soak
some
up
point
pressure. Yep,
The end
towards
of the
the end
game.
of the game, you players
Yeah.
tend to get tired.
Yep.
yep.
So I was banking on that at some point these players will get tired. And Arsenal have the youngest team in Premier League. So these are players, young boys that are full of energy. So if you keep on pressing, something will come in. So they scored the first goal. I think they scored the second goal in the 70th minute. And I felt like, okay, they just needed one more goal and everything will be okay. But the team kept on pushing 70, 80, 90 minutes. And the moment the linesman put on the board with 6 minutes extra, I watched
Anybody knew now.
I watched the
Everybody
game.
knew.
I watched the game till the 96th minute. The moment it touched the 96th minute, I just like, okay, Arsenal have drew this game.
No. I knew
I
they're
said,
gonna
okay,
win.
90, of course, it was 6 minutes and it was already on the 6th minute. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, Arsenal is not winning this game.
Referee blow. Referee did not blow.
I know
They
the
were
referee
wasting
didn't
time
blow, but
now. Come
96
on.
minutes, it's not something like you knew, like, okay, any moment from now they're going to blow. Like, okay, maybe it's not just Arsenal day. 1 point is not bad, you understand? From 2-0 down. Only for me to go freshen up, come back, and I'm like, what? How?
No, so
Like,
first of all, Sean, you can't say that the referee did not blow when their keeper was wasting time. One, two, their players. There was a time when their player was on the floor, so like obviously the referee has to make up for
yeah,
the
That
they
time.
were
wasn't. That
making.
wasn't. Sorry. That wasn't within that 6 minutes.
Oh my!
It
No, the
wasn't
keeper
within.
was wasting time.
No,
Within
it
the
wasn't
6
within the
minutes.
6 minutes. It
No.
wasn't.
There was a goal kick where the keeper was wasting time within the 6 minutes.
It wasn't. There wasn't. You guys had the ball the most of the time.
No,
Yeah,
but
and
I
the
think
little time they
in the
had.
extra time, one of the player went down.
Yes.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
had to treat him or
Yeah,
something like that.
they had
It was only
treatment, so,
obvious that, but I just, this thing sometimes it's of the ref discretion. I've not seen many games where the ref, even if players spend 2 minutes in extra time, once it gets to the final minute, they end the game.
You want to know what's funny?
Serie A is a very funny league that if the ref gives me 5 minutes, 94 minutes, 50 seconds is blowing that game off.
Same thing with La
That's
Liga.
standard.
Yeah,
It's
some
standard. The
referees in La
Premier League
Liga
do
do
add
that.
extra and everything, but like I said, it depends. But like you say, it's never over until it's over. And
You want to
Arsenal,
know something funny as well? I find it very, very hilarious, and also a state of where the club is now. That it's mostly United fans who are saying that it was 96. Arsenal scored 97 when it was actually supposed to be 6 minutes extra, 96.
You people
When
cost it.
when
You will
wait
cost it.
now, when I mean, it is well documented. In fact, there's literally something called Fergie time, where teams would like the game should have ended, and United will get extra time and then score, and other teams will be left with like, is there some extra like conspiracy going on? Because
Do,
it
do, you know-
makes
do you know the funny thing?
what?
From the documentation that you're talking about, United and the Fergie time was just a myth. I think
If
Liverpool. Wait, relax. I think Liverpool or Arsenal scored more added time goals than anybody in the EPL. So don't bring that
I
up.
I can't take that for I can't take that
I'm
for
telling you. I'm don't.
no
Okay, don't worry. You know what's gonna happen?
what's your source? What's
Wait,
just
don't
your
worry.
source? I'm telling you.
Wait. Now, next episode, I'm gonna go and bring out a full stats to back that up. Anyways, moving on. Don't let us dwell
So
on this.
no,
This
so
is not.
let me just round up on Arsenal's game. On this Arsenal game, then move on to United Liverpool. So I think it was really really it was a testament of the mental strength and maturity of these boys to not because Arsenal teams of past seasons would have just essentially said, okay, we're losing, and then maybe the periods when Arteta came in and you could see a switch in mentality, then they would settle for at least a draw. But now, like, they are really, really mature and they feel like they can go for every available point. That's one. Two, we can see that something truly incredible is happening with Arsenal this season. I mean, in the space of 2 weeks, they've look at the Aston Villa game. I mean, how does Jorginho doesn't shoot often? I mean, at least based on what we all know of his time at Chelsea, he shot the ball, he hit the post, he hit Emi Martinez's head and went in. That doesn't happen like for every team, like there's something happening. And then obviously Smith, Rich Nelson's goal. So I just think, and you can quote me here now. You can literally quote me here now. Arsenal is going to win the league. I've
Okay,
said
no
it.
problem.
Okay,
Do you
let's
want to talk
move on.
about? Wait. Do you want to talk about the celebration thing that
Right.
I'm finding people for?
Good. So I've said it before that
Say the truth, though. Say the truth from the beginning. Don't be don't be
no, this is
going
this
side
is
and
the
side.
bias. This is the bias football take. So I'm
I'm
sorry.
listening.
I have to stick to the name of
Okay,
the program. This is not say the
please.
truth. Say the
Thank
truth
you.
program all the time. So, even though I say the truth most of the time. No, but I find it ridiculous. I mean, these players are human beings. There's a football analyst who once wrote. I can't remember his name. That how you can tell that football is incredible is when you see players not knowing how to respond when a goal is scored. Like, because generally speaking, when a goal is scored, everybody just goes hugs the scorer. Some players, depending on the team culture, and then if the team is behind, for example, someone run, pick up the ball, you know. But there are certain standard procedures for goals, but there's some points where you don't truly know how to contain the joy and emotion because what you've just witnessed is truly, truly incredible and has rarely happened before in your career. And that's what we saw on Saturday. You don't go 2-0 down and then you score the winning goal at the very last kick of the game in the manner in which Reece Nelson did for a player who has barely played this season. So the FA trying to file Arsenal when teams like City have like you know multiple charges of corruption and not disclosing information. And the so all I'm trying to say is when Arsenal fans say that there's a conspiracy against them, these things or you have cases where VAR blatantly does
Please
not give them.
just stick on that. Stick on the celebration
No, no,
thing.
no. So now
Don't stop. Don't go around.
it's part of a
Stick to
bigger
it.
picture. it's part of a bigger picture anyway. So yeah, that's just it. I find it ridiculous that the league is trying
Okay.
to charge the club
Okay.
for
So
that.
the first time they charged you guys for this celebration, what
Mhm.
happened? What did you guys do? How did the offense come about? Do you
What
remember?
which one are you talking of?
There was a
Because there have been
celebration.
multiple.
There was a celebration this season. Do you remember what happened?
What happened?
Talk now. Since you're an
No, no,
Arsenal
no, no.
fan,
You're the one who
there
brought
is
it up.
conspiracy.
Talk, because there have been multiple. There have been multiple charges against us. We
This
say we go
this
around the
this
referee.
boy with white hair on his head that came from City ran all the way from the stand with in his mufti. It wasn't even on the match day list. Ran all the way from the stand to come and celebrate.
Zinchenko.
The still was you don't even know who he was. So wait, if you celebrate and you pull off your shirt, is that a yellow card or not? Regardless of what's happened.
But you said he wasn't in the match day squad.
But it was damn now. It was. I'm telling you. I'm asking you a question now. If you score a goal and you pull off your jersey, is that a
Yeah,
yellow card or
that's a
not?
yellow card. That's a yellow card.
So why should that? Why is that stated in the laws? It's set in stone. But because it's Arsenal offense, they should just allow it because Arsenal scored 97th minute because somebody who has not played football since 1987 decided to score the goal. So
No,
we should
wait.
understand. Is that what you're telling us?
No, no, no. Who took off his shirt? Who took off? Is
No,
Nelson
no,
did take off
I'm
his
giving you
shirt.
an example that if you take off your shirt or if you have something written on your shirt, is that a yellow card or not?
No, wait, hold on. It depends. No, for example, I can counter that. I can't remember which Ghanaian player scored and he took off his shirt to commemorate.
Yes,
This boy, Yunus,
yes,
Kudus, sorry, not Yunus, Kudus,
yes.
and he was not given a yellow card because
There's context to that
context
because wait,
exactly,
listen. Because the football world mourned a football player.
So that's
Everybody,
what I'm
wait,
saying.
relax. Everybody understood. Everybody knew that. So are you telling me that each game, referees used to go and check each player's profile to know, oh, this person has not played since 13 years ago. Decided to play today and scored.
No, but
So
what's the
the manner in
relevance
which
of
you
that to this
celebrate,
one, though? What's the
huh?
relevance of that to this
No,
Arsenal
no,
game?
I'm telling you that there's a set rule. If you violate it, whatever happened, whatever reason why you did it. I've seen a game where they give somebody a yellow card for a foul. He scores, pulls off his shirt, gets a second yellow card, and becomes red out of the game.
It happens,
So,
yeah. No, it happens.
so don't say because this guy has not played football in 1987. That's why when he scored, if you look at another side, with the passion, the whatever word you are using.
No, bro, nobody,
Anyways,
Anyway, no,
my
that's
my,
fine.
my body's hot today. Let's
I
move
can
on.
see, I
Let's
can
move on.
see.
Let's move on. Please, let's move on.
So everybody's still on the high from Saturday, and then Sunday comes at the Anfield. Like I saw all this there. I saw Gary Neville and Roy Keane. They were laughing at Graham Souness when he said that Liverpool will win. Gary Neville was like, haha, you know how he is now. Be talking nonsense all the time. Typical United fan. Anyway, so the game starts. United actually, I'll give it to you guys. You created some chances. Rashford should have scored one from over the top. He passed it right to Alisson. Bruno missed a header. Even though I didn't understand tactically why Ten Hag played Bruno on the left against Trent, but I mean, you people say he's a tactician, master tactician. So shout out to him. Anyway, game starts, and then but the United, it seemed, was always overloading like the left. So Liverpool, their left side, like they seem to have more bodies on the left side, and so Alisson kept like on a number of occasions. I was like, Alisson seems to be able to just freely clip the ball to Robertson. Okay, so towards the end of the first half, Robertson is free. He finds Gakpo. Gakpo nets a beautiful curler. Second half, United, but then I'm sure United fans were like, okay, we can bounce back. Like it's just 1-0. We were in the game, steak and onions. Second half, I think 46 minutes and some seconds, so 47th minute, Darwin Nunes happened, and then I think Sean, in fact, you have to play that clip of this. There's this Arabic commentator, yeah. Arabic commentators are so much fun, but there's this Arabic commentator of this and how he describes that Gakpo's second goal. You have to play it for the audience. Yeah, I'll send you the clip. You play for the audience because the way this guy Salah turned Martinez. So Shem, as you know, we play football together now. You know that there are those players who just like to dribble and like then they are defenders. Actually, that's how me and you used to be. You try to block me as a defender and me because I like to dribble. So I when Salah did that to Lisandro Martinez, I felt it and I was very very happy because Lisandro has been spectacular all season, and I think he needed someone to say, "Look, Otito." Anyway, he got sat down. He sat down. Salah put him on the floor, assisted, and then the goals just kept coming and coming and coming, and it was 7-0, man. What a wonderful day. One last point before you go. Something similar happened in 2015 where Messi put Boateng on the floor like that, and Boateng was never the same. I'm sure everybody knows that goal. Um, I just hope that Lisandro can bounce back from this because, yeah, that was quite embarrassing. Over to you, Sean.
Mamuz, do you want to go?
Yeah, that game. You know, there's been a pattern with Man United. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but they always start very slow. First half is always slow, then you go in halftime and you come out blazing the second half. In the last few games prior to the Liverpool game, they've always go down first, then later even against Barcelona, against West Ham. It has been like a pattern, you know. But the problem is the game, like you said, Man United had their chances in the first half, but they went down at halftime. I went on Twitter that day and I saw a lot of tweets. People were like, "Oh, it's like Liverpool didn't get the memo. You don't score Man United first. You you have to uh learn how to defend the second half because it will come or attacking." Which was what Man United did, try to do. Not did, but try to do in the second half. But one thing we all tend to forget is uh them attacking Liverpool like blazing second half. They were literally playing into Liverpool hands. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
More or less like Liverpool have fast players. You are attacking them, thereby creating space at your back. The whole what they just needed to do was to counter attack. And they did it perfectly. When I mean perfectly, is every chance they got, they were scoring. Every chance they got, they were scoring. It was like every time they attack Man United and they get close to the Man United goal, they were scoring. So they were so efficient. I think the whole shot on target they had, they scored. I can't remember the guy making any save in that game. So it's in as much as it was 7-0. I don't think Man United were 7-0 bad. We're really 7-0 bad that day. I just felt that they played into Liverpool's hand and they considered seven. Now, this is where I'm going to blame a little bit of the manager and leadership. The moment you are at Anfield, you've considered the third goal or the fourth, you just close shop. No need to attack. But they kept on attacking. I don't know what they were trying to prove. Probably they were trying to, because of the kind of form they were, they felt that they could always go and score and get back in the game. But we are playing Liverpool at Anfield. You the fans, you know how Liverpool fans are screaming, motivating their players. The fans, you are playing against the fans, you are playing against the players, you have considered three goals, you are going to attack more, thereby creating space. And this whole episode was what really made them consider a lot of goals. So I know people were saying like Man United defense is, because I said something like that, like okay, you guys have considered a lot of goals. All right, but I feel like Man United were not a 7-0 bad that day. It was just probably a one-off. A one-off, you're right. Probably a one-off.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is this: the ability to back 7-0, it's I think I've never seen Man United lose against 7-0 in my life. You understand? So I don't know how the players are going to react to that. That's another thing, the psychology part that comes with it. Because as a defender, no matter the kind of form you're in, the moment you concede 7, it's always going to play in your head. You understand? So how they're going to bounce back? They might bounce back, get some maybe 1-0, 2-1 games, but for in the long term, I don't see some of the players getting that initial confidence they were using to play earlier in the season. Yeah, yeah,
So for me, um, I looked at the game as a one-off. So I'm going to start with the good parts and the bad parts. So what we did right, where during this period we had so many games. Every turn, at every game day, United was playing a match in the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So I want to chalk it down to fatigue, and I want to also chalk it down to probably not respecting Liverpool. I don't want to say not respecting Liverpool fully, but it's part of like being overconfident because I've heard clips of
yeah,
people saying, "Oh, Liverpool United is on form,"
yeah. I
and
think Liverpool bad form to play the part. If
yes,
respect,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
like okay,
you know, in our past episode, we're kind of skeptical because I was of opinion that we're going to win, but I said it's going to be a high scoring game. But that was me being very, very optimistic because knowing Liverpool this season, they've only played really well against their eternal rivals. Newcastle, they're the only team at some point to beat Newcastle home and away. Everton, they beat Everton so bad, and United. So I think when they meet those
Wait,
traditional
hold on. No, no,
rivals,
no. I just want to correct. But they looked really, really good against Madrid in the first half.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, that's still it's more like a motivation. Like it's like when I meet some traditional eternal
Also, you
rivals.
mean like teams that they have to step their game up for?
Yes, they
Mm.
need to like no, let's not step that game up. I want to say that. I'm just saying that eternal rivals where, for example, when under Mourinho, when City was supposed to win in their house against United, even though United have been very like up and down in that season, but against City in that game, we probably played our best game that season. So it just happens that those kind of games are very, very tough, and Anfield again.
you know.
So
Sorry to cut you short.
yeah,
Sometimes it's a bit of both.
yeah,
The fact that okay, anybody going to play Liverpool this season are like okay, Liverpool are in bad form or in poor form. You understand? And we are humans. They tend to. I think the teams, especially these rivals, tend to drop their performance a little bit
yeah.
because they feel like okay,
It's our time to beat them. Yeah,
yeah, it's our time to be there. They're not playing fine. I'll tell you
yeah,
something. The arrogance Man United had was why they considered 7. I'll tell you
yeah,
why.
yeah. No,
Even
I
at
know.
3-0, Man United always felt that they just needed to score one goal and
And they will
Liverpool
come back.
start changing
Yeah,
and they'll come back. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
But if it was the Liverpool of old, the moment they scored the second goal or the third goal, they would just lock shop like, okay, we
yeah,
are not winning this game. But we always felt that, I think the players always felt that, okay, we just need to probably see what Real Madrid did at
yeah,
Anfield. They'll be like, okay, 2-0, we can still come back. 3, we
yeah,
can still come back. Real Madrid scored 5, we can come back.
yeah.
And they played
Into their
bottom.
hands.
Yeah, exactly.
And so another thing is, well, and I've said this many times. I have followed United's game style pattern keenly this season. Teams that press and kind of utilize the ball efficiently do tend to do better against us. A very good example was Leeds that 2-2. And I saw that, I was like, we're in trouble because teams that play this kind of style will use this same pattern and this same zeal to play against us. And lo and behold, was exactly what Liverpool did. Like we couldn't, like at some point, we were just all over the place. Exactly the way we played against Leeds. We didn't find our shape. We couldn't attack properly. Like those games where we would pass the ball, a little bit of pattern here and there, it wasn't showing that game. So I just knew that, yes, from the beginning of the game, I knew we were going to lose because the way Liverpool was cutting us open, it was just too much. It was too bad. Then, now the bad part. This is where I need to be truthful. Aside from the fact that United is doing well under, I mean, seemingly doing well under Ten Hag. I don't want to make this comment because we lost the game, which, I mean, when you lose a game, people start talking about your bad things and all, but I don't want to join that. But I just want to state this for the records, not because we lost the game, just for record purposes. I feel Ten Hag has this stubbornness about him that's very similar to Pep, where he wants to play his own style and make teams change their tactics because of that. Like, okay, I want to play my style, I play whatever I want to play. You just have to adapt to our style. Because this happened against Arsenal. Even if we lost, I noticed it and I made mention of it. Ericsson on Saka. Never like I have not gotten my UEFA coaching badge, but I will not make that mistake. And that happened first half. Everyone, I saw it. I'm sure people saw it. Second half came. There were no changes to rectify that. Now against Liverpool, there's no way in life. Even Ole that I used to give the stick to, no way in life would you place Bruno to play on the left midfield and allow just two people in the midfield against Liverpool. No way in life. Because putting Bruno on Trent and playing Weghorst in the midfield and Rashford, I don't know. Honestly, 100%, I didn't understand what I watched in that game. I don't understand what I was watching. Like my football knowledge and IQ lost. I didn't understand what I was watching. I was confused. I was like, where's Bruno? Why is Bruno playing on that left hand side? Why is Weghorst? Because there was a time where Weghorst got the ball and his decision making was just bad. I know people have their opinions about Weghorst. I have my opinion about Weghorst. But that game, Ten Hag did not set up the players. He didn't set up the players to succeed. And it happens, like people make mistakes. As a manager, this is another thing I have against Ten Hag. His in-game management sometimes is very questionable. As a manager, you see, okay, this is not working. You've received the first goal came in, first half, you could see it, like you could see what's going to happen. Make a few changes here and there, bring back Bruno into the midfield, throw Rashford on Trent. Even if we lose, honestly, if we had lost that game 7-0 and we had a good attack threat and we were able to like do something and we tried but it didn't work out. And I've been like, okay, yeah, one of those things. But we were architects of our own downfall. We couldn't arrange the players properly. There were no positioning. It was so bad that Garnacho came in and Garnacho played rubbish. Like Garnacho was just falling all over the place. I'm like, what's happening to these guys? So it brings me back to the point that maybe the players are. I don't like this. I don't like this excuse, but maybe the players have played so many games that they are tired. One, they disrespected Liverpool, and they thought, oh, complacency is Liverpool will beat them. So all that just came into play, and of course, Liverpool is Liverpool at Anfield. So I mean, it's one of me personally think it's one of, but I want to see, as you said, I want to see how they will bounce back, which I feel they would, knowing they've lost 4-0 twice already this season. So it's just 7-0.
No,
It's just 7-0.
I mean, I personally think that they they won't have the form that they had prior to this embarrassment,
Why?
because the team is fragile mentally now. I don't one, two. You also don't have the squad depth for the number of, I mean, you guys are you're challenging on four fronts like some of your fans believed, but more, there's an underlying problem that United needs to address, and I say this as a fan of football. You don't have the squad depth that other teams around you have. I mean, you can say some players you have injuries. I don't know why Sancho didn't play. I believe he's injured. I don't know why Martial didn't play. But I mean, besides those two, who else is on the bench? So you have an issue with your squad depth. I mean, McTominay is not a suitable deputy for Casemiro. So like you have an issue with your team. I mean, City, for example, have the luxury of keeping like a Bernardo and Alvarez, Imares on the bench. So there's that issue. Also, Ten Hag, I truly think he needs to figure out one time because he's. I thought that he had figured out the best place to play Rashford, right? Which is not as a pure nine, but in places where he can then make runs off of whoever's striking. I didn't understand why Rashford was, most times the furthest player. I guess maybe he wanted to exploit Liverpool, exploit spaces behind Liverpool, and just run behind them. But Liverpool didn't offer United that chance. And also playing Bruno on the left, like I said earlier, was just a big, big mistake. You don't. I mean, if you know from the get go that Trent is possibly the weakest link in Liverpool's back line, you should go at him from the very get go. Make him nervous from minute one. None of that happened, and in fact, Trent was able to. There's a time when Trent, even because of how confident he was, even though Rashford was offside, Trent was able to actually catch up to Rashford,
Yep.
tackle him.
Yep.
Like that doesn't happen if you've made him afraid from the
For the
very
beginning.
get-go. That does not happen because
I what's
Trent's a
funny?
confidence player.
Yeah,
If
yes.
you dribble him once, if you run past him once,
It's done.
he's done for the night. Like his head is no longer there because he'll start thinking of, yo, this could be a
It's
terrible
another
night.
night.
Yeah.
I know what's funny? If we had even played Garnacho and if Garnacho had played
Yeah.
rubbish, I would be
Yep.
like, I mean, it's one of those things
He's
like
young. Yeah.
he's young, but put Bruno honestly, Bruno is like
I wanted to just finalize on this Bruno. So very early in when United got him, I was like, this guy is actually world class. Because I mean, when he has the ball, Bruno is an excellent player. But then another mistake that this guy made is Bruno doesn't have that work rate of being able to chase back.
no.
And so like putting him on the wing where you have a Trent bombing forward, you have Salah obviously. Shaw would need support. If you're not going to play Shaw, then play. I felt that okay, yeah, he played Shaw. I mean, if you're not going to play somebody that will support, then I think Malasia, because Malasia, that kid will chase everything down.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not again like you rightly said. We're not UEFA licensed coaches, and we don't get paid by because there are some teams that they can decide to still pay the coach without having a proper license.
Yep.
But I think there's a team in France that's doing that now.
Yeah,
But
I saw that.
yeah,
They pay 12,000 euros per game or
yeah,
something like that.
but he should have seen that Shaw on that wing needed help. And then it was now causing more problems because Martinez would go over there, and that would then create more space.
Thank you.
In the middle for Harvey Elliott and Fabinho, because Fabinho had a fantastic game because he wasn't. I mean, someone like him who doesn't have the legs anymore, still being able to cover that much ground or have that kind of game against United, it shouldn't be happening in this day and age. Someone like Henderson was having a love. So, I mean, like, yeah, that was.
So you see what do you know why that happened? It was because we had only two people in the midfield.
That's what I'm saying. You should have more bodies in the midfield. Like,
yes.
Vegas can't cover that much ground.
Vegas is not a 10.
Yeah,
Vegas is not a 10.
Yeah.
Vegas
it can work for smaller teams, but against a team like Liverpool, at Anfield, yeah, that's poor. But anyway, let's move on quickly. It was a lovely result, Sha, and I laughed so much this weekend. Okay, so now we want to talk about Serie A, and I guess we'll bring on Mamuz to talk on some more. But before we dive in, I just want to highlight again that I'm happy for my Nigerian brother Victor Osimhen. I'm happy that he's having the kind of season he's having, and for the sake of Nigeria's Nations Cup and national team aspirations, long may this continue. All right, so at this point, we would like to welcome our special guest all the way from Germany, where it's well past midnight now.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mamuz. Social kick off and then.
Yeah, Mamuz so funny story. Mamuz is originally originally a United fan, but he went to Serie A because Mourinho went to Serie A because Lukaku went to Inter and decided to stay with Inter and not come back home.
Bro, so you are how can you be a Lukaku supporter in this day and age? With his
Well,
baggy jeans.
Shehu is wrong there. I'll explain what happened, right? Now, when Man United were having their issues during the Mourinho era, then a lot of us had different opinions about what the problem was. Some people felt it was a managerial problem. Some people felt it was a structural problem. And when I mean structure, like the transfer policies, the
Recruitment.
recruitment,
Mm.
the also we're not having director of football and all. Yeah, and we're also seeing player power at play during the time. So it was more of a structural problem.
Right.
But some people felt, oh, if you change the manager and get another manager, everything's going to be all right instant. And it kind of created a big problem there because some Man United fans believe it was a structural problem. Some Man United fans believe it was a manager problem. Some Man United fans also believe it was just the players having issues. And there are some fans also that believe it was a bit of every part. So when it became so bad that I actually felt that as long as the Glazers are still the owner of Man United, I don't see any changes happening anytime soon. I said it back then. This was like in 2019.
Yeah,
Uh,
when same
so
group with Dotun.
yeah, the same group with Dotto. I said
Yeah.
it that back then. Like I don't see. I think I might need to focus on another league. So apparently that period Lukaku went to Inter. So it was more of a coincidence, but it doesn't even have to do with Lukaku. I'll explain what happened. Inter Milan was a club that they were having almost similar issues with Man United, like similar issues back then. After they won the treble, Mourinho left. They went into the wilderness. It was the same problem, like the way like Fergie left. Inter Milan was even worse. They were not winning anything during that period. But so it was more of like they had new owners coming in, they were buying players and all this stuff. They were spending money, but they were not getting the success on the pitch. Now everything started changing, which actually still resonates with my point with Man United when the Chinese owner came in and went for the best, not one of the best, but the best director of football in Italy. That we're talking of Beppe Marotta. The moment he brought him in, I said, in my mind, I said, okay, there's going to be changes now. The problem with Inter Milan is the same problem with Man United. This guy is going to come in and there will be changes. And the first thing the guy did, he came in around Juventus let him leave because he had an issue with Juventus over Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yep.
He was
Yep.
never in support of the Ronaldo signing. And if you give yourself benefit of insight, I think that was actually it messed Juventus financially. That's why they had a
I agree.
problem right
Not
now.
just financially, as well as in like their players. So player
Yeah.
development as well.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Please. I
No, no,
agree.
no.
No, I'm not saying
Wait, wait,
no,
wait,
really,
wait, wait,
it's true.
It's
wait
If you
true.
now,
look
wait.
if you
I
look at
agree.
it in the
No,
grand scheme of
wait
things right
now.
now.
I agree with the financial issues, but not player development. You cannot say
Chill.
because wait. You cannot say because you sign one player, it affects other players' development.
You literally can, because that's also what happened at United.
How?
That's why
How is
Ten Hag
that
had to get
happening?
him out. Wait,
Anyway,
How?
maybe the player one is debatable, but financially
I no. Financially, I agree.
messed Juventus
Yes, I agree. Financially,
the
I
It
agree.
player
messed
the player
it
one.
messed
Okay,
Juventus up.
finish your point.
And Beppe Marotta was even against it financially. It was like it doesn't make sense financially because Juventus were the best team in Italy at that point. So you just and they were getting to like later stage of the Champions League. So I think they needed the player that would make them win the Champions League. But this guy but Marotta was like based on Ronaldo's age, the value and everything, because it's always about value. It doesn't make sense. So it caused a lot of rift between them, and it was more of like Marotta versus Ronaldo, and they had to let him go. Okay, it was bad news for Juventus, good news for Inter Milan. Inter Milan saw this guy and they just picked him up. Now, when they brought him, the first thing he did was bringing in Antonio Conte. that was a very good move. Now I'll tell you why. Conte is a winner. He has this. He can be annoying. He can complain too much, but because he wants to win.
Not at
And
Tottenham, though. Sorry, not at Tottenham, but go on.
the Tottenham own is still the same. That's why he whining like, oh, they're not getting the players he wants. But if you gave him what he wants, he's going to win. It's Conte for you, right? So the moment Conte went there, I said, okay, Marotta, Conte, and I started seeing this. The signings change all of a sudden. All of a sudden, they were trying to get Italian young players that were good, the Barellas, the Sensi, the Bastoni. And I'm like, okay, this is a project that I would love to be part of. Remember, Inter Milan has never won a trophy for 10 years when I joined them. So I didn't join a team that was winning. I joined a team that was struggling, but I could see that it was just a matter of time. They'll get there at the top. They just entered Champions League then with Spalletti, who happens to be the manager of Napoli right now.
Yeah.
Now, Spalletti is a very good coach, but they wanted the winner. So they pushed Spalletti out and they brought in Conte. So when Conte got in, then he got the other players. Lukaku was like the final bit. He tried to push for Lukaku. It was difficult because Man United were asking for a lot of money, but were able to get a breakthrough. Then I moved to Inter Milan and I told someone, I have it. I said, not even someone in the group, I said, in 2 years' time, we're going to win the league. Some
Yeah,
people laughed. Were
I
like,
remember.
yeah,
Remember you saying that?
yeah. So people will be like, this club has not won anything in the last 10 years. Why do you think? I'm like, don't worry, they're going to win the league. And the first season, we should have, but it's very difficult to change the mentality of players and everything. The first season was more of okay, let's see. I think we finished second this season, and the upper season we won the league. So after that, because of the whole COVID and the problem with the league financially, we started selling our players, our top players. We started selling them so that we can balance the book to avoid financial fair play and all this stuff. And even as we are selling right now, it's kind of affecting the performance of Inter. If Inter had the kind of money Man United have with Maruta and Conte still at the club right now, trust me, we will be going for Champions League. That's a fact. If we have Man
That's a
United
bold
money,
claim.
yeah, if we have Man United money, if we have the ability to spend 200, 250 every summer. Because one thing I like about Marotta is he doesn't just buy players, he knows how to get value in the market compared to a lot of directors out there. You understand? So that's just it. Now, so people say, oh, I left my United. Yeah, I left my United, but I went for a project that I saw something and I felt that my United needed something like that. And in the long run, it proved me right that Man United actually needs something like that,
Similar.
similar like that. Yeah.
So, question. I know you're an Inter fan, and I know you follow Roma closely. So, do
Yeah.
you think Roma is going to make top four?
Ah, this is a bias show, right? I
Yes.
follow Roma closely, but I don't want Roma is one of my threats to Inter right now. To be honest, I feel Roma, if you talk about uh, Roma right now, Mourinho has done a lot of stuff in that team. Really, he has done a lot of stuff in that team. That team is getting close to be. It's not really 100% Mourinho's team, but you can see like okay, there are some touches there, here and there. Now, I think no. Okay, normally I'm not going to tag them as a top four team, but due to the form of AC Milan and Juventus be out of the whole picture, they have a chance this season to finish top four.
Yeah, no. So
Especially
it's
Juventus being out also.
so yeah. It's quite. I just looked at the table. It's quite tight there actually. So Napoli obviously is well ahead of the bunch, and they should win it this season.
Yeah.
But Inter is second, and they've all played. All these teams have played 25 games. So Inter second with 50 points. They have the same number of games. Excuse me. Inter 50. Lazio third 48. Roma 47 in fourth place, and Milan 47 in fifth place. So it's really really tight. And I mean, I know you are an Inter fan and you're pretty confident that you guys will make Champions League next season, but from the at least mathematically and from the way the table is looking, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, okay. Inter Milan right now, it's a very tricky situation. I was speaking, we had this discussion on the group. On one, there was another particular group I had discussion. A Man United fan reached out to me, was like, "Oh, the Glazers are about to say, are you going to come back to Man United?" I said, I don't think even though I said the Glazers have to leave for me to come back, but I said I think Man United have moved past that. 3 years, I mean, almost close to 4 years without that. My mind is on Ita right now, even though we are struggling in terms of financially and performance wise. And someone said, and another person reached out to me and was like, are you seeing, what do you think about Ten Hag? And I said, I categorically said it was before the 7-0 loss. So I think it was after the Barcelona game. Yeah. And I told the person, like, to be honest, it's just there. I haven't seen something exciting yet. That was what I said. And it felt like I was 18 because many of these Man United fans, when they know I left, they'll be like, oh, he's 18 and everything. I was like, okay, let's bring it into context here. Look at your league. How many points do you have? How many games have you played? Look at my team, Inter Milan. How many points, how many games have we played? And as of the time we checked it, it was Inter Milan had more points per game compared to Man United. I said, do you know what is happening in Italy right now? As of that moment, where there are stories about Inzaghi, who happens to be a manager, going to be sacked. Even the Marotta came and like, oh, the barest minimum is top 4. If you make top 3, we're going to sack you at the end of the season. Or even they are thinking of bringing some other this guy from Brighton. What's his name?
Deserbi.
De Zerbi, yeah, back to Italy. That was one guy I really wanted to. I wanted him to replace Inzaghi if Inzaghi leaves. So I was like, if Inzaghi with 2 points per game is being threatened, I don't know why Man United fans are so excited about
Ten
Ten
Hag.
Hag
The
that
Ten
has
Hag.
less than 2 points per game, right? I think a lot of the reason why Inter is in this situation is this season our away form has been very terrible. If we are not winning, we are losing. We hardly draw. If you can look at the table, you see we hardly draw. If we are not winning, we are losing. So that's one. And secondly, a lot of injury factors too. So I don't want to really blame Inzaghi. Lukaku was out for too long. Even tonight hasn't gotten his form. Brozovic, who happens to be a key player for us, was also out for that long. Till now, we haven't gotten these two players back to the form we know they are capable of. Now, Inter finishing top 4 this season is going to depend on our Champions League run. One, if we are going to be in Champions League for long, of course, it's going to have an effect. And secondly, on the form of these two players I just mentioned, Brozovic and Lukaku. Now, these two players are back. Brozovic, as a point, was one of the best midfielder in Serie A. But right now, he can't even start for Inter Milan because the few matches he started, it was so terrible. Probably due to being out of match reading and everything. Or probably because this guy, this Turkish guy, Hakan, is playing that role fantastic. You understand? But one thing I also understand is whether you like it or not, even if a player is playing a particular role, that's not his role. If we can get the old Brozovic back, then we have a chance of finishing top 4. Inter Milan on his day can beat any team in Italy on their day. But the problem is we are very, very consistent. Napoli have lost 2 matches this season. They lost last weekend to Lazio. The other match they lost this season was to Inter Milan. So it's more of like any team that meets us, we don't know the Inter we're going to get. We can get the Inter that can beat the team, or we can get the Inter that can just lose to any team. So that's the problem we are having right now. But the only reason why I feel like Inter is going to finish in top 4 is because the other teams, the Lazio, the Roma, the AC Milan, they are not really consistent this season.
Yeah, Roma is not consistent. Yeah.
The only consistent team this season is Napoli.
Yeah.
In Serie A.
So our time is fast spent.
Okay.
So the final question for you: are you guys going to buy Lukaku?
No, they're not buying Lukaku. According to what our director said, he said Lukaku will have to go back. He said this. Said Lukaku will have to go back to Chelsea. They will have to go back to Chelsea and renegotiate another loan deal.
Wow, they are really just passing this brother around.
So you understand? We don't have the money. We don't have the money.
So I think Lukaku shouldn't have left Inter. Honestly, that first time he should have just stayed.
First time, yeah.
He should have just stayed. And just...
Yeah, I think he regrets it too because he said something. I think Henri told him not to leave. Henri said something like he told him not to leave, but he insisted on leaving. It was his dream. He told him not to leave. Like, just stay. Yeah.
It's Ojukwu that was doing.
Right now, Inter is in a situation of financial mess, so we don't really have money to buy like any player. As I'm even talking to you now, we are going to lose Skriniar for free. I don't know why no Premier League club are looking after that guy.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, just know that once United, I mean, if United gets bought by all those Qatari or Arabians, we're coming to come and carry Marotta. Anyways, thank you for because we're carrying Marotta, so hold you tight. Anyways, thank you for showing up. Obina is going to go through the games coming up this weekend real quick. You can also
so we want to hear your thoughts as well.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, no, we really enjoyed it. It was really informative, your knowledge of Serie A, because not many people follow Serie A as much.
Yeah.
The Premier League is the mammoth league that everyone follows. Okay, so fresh off the devastating loss to Arsenal this weekend is Bournemouth, and fresh off their emphatic win over United's Liverpool. So first game of the weekend is Bournemouth Liverpool at Bournemouth's home. So I say Liverpool.
I feel early kickoff.
Yes,
kickoff, right?
6:30, early kickoff, yes. So, yeah.
I feel that they might be based on the fact that I think Liverpool is playing Champions League this week, right?
No.
Okay, if they're not playing, I feel like there might be an upset, maybe a draw.
Yeah, I say draw too.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay.
Draw.
Brentford, Everton, Brentford. I say Brentford.
Brentford, easy.
Yeah.
I actually feel Everton win this game.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Leeds, Brighton. Brighton.
These are really, Brighton.
Because I think they have the chance of top 4, right?
Who, Brighton?
Yeah.
No, they're not in top 4 battle. They are 8th, but they can squeeze in like last space in Europe. So for like what's it called? Europa League.
That's enough motivation.
Yeah, and they have 2 games in hand. So if they win both games, they're definitely in that conversation.
Top four talk if they win their 2 games in hand.
Yeah. So
that's enough motivation.
Yeah, I think Brighton.
Yeah.
Leicester, Chelsea.
That's a tough one.
A very tough one.
Yeah.
Before today's game, I would have gone for maybe Leicester win or draw. But now, the confidence, 2 games straight.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea they have quality. Chelsea has quality.
Yeah. Just confidence.
Just confidence, and everybody just sitting down and putting their heads together. I think Chelsea's gonna win this game.
Chelsea will win the game.
I think.
Yeah. I'll give it to them. Unfortunately. Tottenham, Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Tottenham's home.
Yeah. Let me tell you a funny story about Tottenham. So in the 4 games that they nominated Conte for manager of the month, the only one that he was on the sidelines, they lost.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
It's a scam actually, but he should be back this weekend.
So he's back again. They're going to lose.
No, but it's at their home stadium. I think that their home stadium form is pretty good. It's actually not pretty. It's not fantastic, but they seem to, at least with the support of their fans, they seem to do better than even if they still lose there.
And the thing is, Tottenham, they're so inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to predict for this one, but I need to just say something, right?
Yeah.
I think I'll just pick Nottingham Forest, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bold one. How about you?
I think the game we're going to end a draw.
I think
as much
so
as I
too.
hate it,
Yeah,
I say as much as I hate them, I say Tottenham will win.
yeah. I see a draw too, but I'm sticking my head out to do a Nottingham Forest win.
Palace City. This is a tricky game for City, in my opinion.
See,
Away at Palace, away at City, away at Palace.
see, I've always said it. Since that what game did they lose? I've always said it. Every game for City in this EPL is a final. So I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to know what's wrong with them. If they're not winning it, they should just. In fact, by now they should have just typed Pep sack letter. Any game you lose, just sign it and just leave. I don't care. I don't care. They need to win this game. So City.
I say a draw for because Vieira too will do it for Arsenal for the love of Arsenal.
Okay.
I say a draw.
Okay.
Palace is at home. That stadium can be very tough for big
Yes.
teams. It can be very tough ground for big teams.
Yeah.
The late Saturday kickoff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see a draw.
I see a draw. Yeah.
The turning here is over.
I see a draw. Fulham Arsenal. I mean.
I see a draw.
Huh?
I see a draw.
Okay. How about
Fulham lost to Brighton? Yes, no. From
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Beat them. It's a London derby, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. It's a London debut, but Arsenal should win this game.
Arsenal will win this game.
Yeah. Arsenal should be beating them, but expect Fulham goalkeeper to be on top form that day.
No, Leno, boy, is our basket. We know him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Expect him to be on top form that day.
That's fine. We know all these cheap tricks now. Why we sell them? But yeah, no, I expect an Arsenal win. Man United, Southampton.
Man United will win.
Yeah, we win.
Southampton.
So that game can go two ways. Either we struggle to win.
It's Old Trafford.
Yeah. Either we struggle to win or we win convincingly.
But it's Old Trafford to win. Yeah.
Yeah, United will win.
Sorry, I see Southampton.
Southampton beating United?
Yes.
Let's be serious, please. You can't even say draw. Let's be serious. Let's be serious.
I'm telling you what I think will happen.
Okay, no problem.
I mean,
no problem.
West Ham, Aston Villa.
This is another tricky one.
West Ham win.
I say Villa, man.
West Ham win. I think
honestly, West Ham is just. I don't understand. Like they're just going up and down. I want to pick West Ham.
Good form against Villa. I can't remember last time.
Yeah. I think
the
form West Ham.
From like fast form always coming to play.
Yep.
And then Newcastle Wolves.
Okay, Newcastle have not won for a very long time. They are due a win.
Yeah.
They are due a win.
So what do you think?
Yeah. I think for the last 5 games, they haven't won anyone, right?
Yeah.
At some point, even with the poorest of the form, at some point you have to win a game.
Unless you are
unless you are Chelsea.
Yeah.
As you are Chelsea, at some point you have to win it.
So you have to win. That's true.
So what are people saying? Newcastle?
I say Newcastle
win. I say Wolves 1-0.
Really?
Yeah. Because Newcastle, they are done.
No,
they're done this season.
They are due a win.
They are done. They are done this season. They are done. So, in our usual fashion, we have to talk about the flop of the week. We have to.
Week.
Huh?
The flop of the week.
Yeah.
It must be a player or manager or what?
It can be a team. It can be a player. Usually we do teams.
Okay. We know the answer.
We know the answer. I mean, we know the answer. We know the answer. We don't need to mention names. So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming for the show. Thank you for your prayers supporting United. Even though I know in one of those things, you're about to say, God knows, all fishy. Like God knows what He's doing. It happens. So
I have one last question for the Man United fan here.
Okay.
What do you think is the minimum like for you guys this season?
Not for no relegation. No relegation. If you don't relegate, I'm fine. Like I'm really okay with it. But on a serious note, I've always said it, and I'll say it again. top four is like we need. See, I don't want us to be in that Europa Conference League, Europa League, Champions League or nothing. One and against Liverpool, from the beginning, I think I texted Obina. I was telling him that I'm not really concerned about this game.
Yeah, you said
I
so.
wish so the thing is I was expecting like a 2-1 loss or if it's 3-0, I will have stomached it. But that's 7-0, man. It was a lot. So for
Yeah.
me, top four.
Top four.
Top
Okay.
four. Yeah. Top four. But next season, I know I'm in the same Shokoto with Ten Hag. Like
So
anything
you
short
must
of
compete for the league.
we must come in for the league. I don't care what happens. I don't care if all the players have flu, COVID, somebody has, I don't know, whatever happens, I don't care. We must compete for the league.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
expensive. But this season, tougher.
Sorry,
All right. Yeah.
competitors. Anyway, this was another lovely episode. Please, as always, share, and get your people to listen and to join the conversation. Also, follow us on our various social media handles. On Twitter, it's at Bias Footy Takes. Abisham, remember
At
that.
Bayard Footy takes, yeah.
Yeah, and then on
Bias
Instagram,
Footy. At Bayard Footy.
yeah, and then Instagram, it's bias underscore footy dot football.
Look at this man. You're just saying different things. It's bias underscore football underscore takes. You
Yeah.
created it. It's just a mouthful. Anyways, thanks, Mamuz. Where can people connect with you on Instagram and Twitter?
Okay. It's at my Twitter is at Satinos. Satinoz.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about your Instagram so they can see your fine face? Give me bills, see if you give you bill from America, you never can tell.
Instagram is at Mamz_EG. MAMZ_EG.
Wait, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay. Hey, make I know. We're gonna put you in trouble. Anyways, thanks for staying
Thanks
awake.
for coming to. Yeah.
And
All right,
everybody,
now
thank you.
chill until next week now.
Thank
All
you
right, guys.
for
Right.
supporting United and your prayers. Thank you all. It's
All
all
right.
love. It's all love. More love, less
Yeah.
ego.
All
More
right.
love, less ego. It's all love. It's all love.
Philosopher. I heard that. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.